Go live. Hello, hello. 1 2 3 1 2 3. Mic testing. हले 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 नेटवर्क प्रॉब्लम नहीं आना भाई. नहीं, ये बाद में ऊपर रखते हैं हम. हेलो सर. बाद में इसको शिफ्ट करते हैं. इसके अंदर से नहीं लेना हो. अंदर से नहीं रहना हो. नहीं नहीं, वो बाद में ऊपर जाता हो. पूरा सेट था थोड़ा वायर लग रहा था वो. ऐसा बोले. इसके टाइम डिस्टर्ब नहीं होना. मतलब परमानेंट होना.
I kindly request Agasar to come and enjoy the class. ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ದೃಷ್ಟಿ ಮತ್ತು ವಿಚಾರ ಇವು ವಿಜ್ಞಾನದಿಂದಲೇ ಸಾಧ್ಯ. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಶುಭ ಮುಂಜಾನೆಯ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ರಾಯಚೂರು ವಿಶ್ವವಿದ್ಯಾಲಯ ಆಯೋಜಿಸುತ್ತಿರುವ 2 ದಿನದ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ಸಮ್ಮೇಳನಕ್ಕೆ ತಮ್ಮೆಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ಆದರದ ಸ್ವಾಗತ. I'm Shweta from the Department of Instrumentation Technology. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, invited guests, VIP dignitaries, and all the special guests. My name is Lakshya Tabassum. I am from Department of Physics, Chancellor University, Raichur. I am delighted to be a host for this incredible event. Today we all have gathered here to celebrate the conference, and it's fortunate that today is also observed as National Science Day and marks the birthday of Sir C.V. Raman. ಇದೀಗ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ದಿನ ಪ್ರತಿಜ್ಞಾ ವಿಧಿ. ದಯವಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎದ್ದು ನಿಂತು ತಮ್ಮ ಬಲಗೈಯನ್ನು ಮುಂದೆ ಚಾಚಬೇಕೆಂದು ವಿನಂತಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳುತ್ತೇನೆ. ಶಾಂತಿಯುತ, ಪ್ರಗತಿಪರ ಹಾಗೂ ಸಮೃದ್ಧ ಸಮಾಜದ ನಿರ್ಮಾಣಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ವೈಜ್ಞಾನಿಕ ಮನೋಭಾವ ಅಳವಡಿಸಿಕೊಳ್ಳೋಣ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. Ladies and gentlemen, distinguished guests and esteemed, a very warm welcome to today's National Conference on Multidisciplinary Research, Prospects and Challenges. We are honored to have us with you today. Some truly remarkable individuals who have made significant contributions to distinguished fields in science. Now, without further ado, let's proceed with the ceremonial escort of our esteemed dignitaries. I request my colleague to escort Professor Harish Ramaswamy Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor to University Raichur. Chief Patron and President of this conference. Now let me take this opportunity to offer a warm and sincere escort to Professor Dayanand Agasar Sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Gulbarga University, Kalaburagi. I request my colleague to escort Professor Dayanand Sir on the stage. Please unite in offering a warm escort to Professor S.R. Niranjana Sir, former Vice Chancellor, Karnataka University, Dharwad. I earnestly take my colleague to escort Professor S.R. Niranjana Sir on stage. Let's come together to extend an enthusiastic escort to Professor P.G. Mulimani Sir, former Vice Chancellor, Gulbarga University, Kalburgi. Let's unite in extending a warm and dynamic escort to Professor N.V. Ramachandra Sir, Department of Zoology, Mysore University, Mysore. Join me in collectively offering an enthusiastic escort to Professor Vishwanath M. Sir, Registrar, Raichur University, Raichur, Patron of this conference on the stage. I request my colleague to escort Professor Vishwanath M. Sir on the stage. Let's unite to extend a warm and spirited escort to Professor Yeniswamy Sir, Registrar, Raichur University, Raichur, Patron of this conference. I request my colleague to escort Professor Yeniswamy Sir on the stage. Join me in extending a warm and enthusiastic escort to Professor P. Bhaskar Sir, convener of this conference event. I request my colleague to escort Professor P. Bhaskar Sir onto the stage. Today, let's extend a warm and vivacious escort to Professor Shashidhar Sir, Chairperson. CSIR onto the stage. Together, let's extend a warm and vivacious escort to Professor Parvati C.S. Madam, Chairperson, Department of Instrumentation Technology, Raichur University, Raichur. I request my colleague to escort Professor Parvati C.S. Madam on the stage. As we conclude the escorting of our dignitaries, we are eager to hear your thoughts and ideas during the upcoming sessions of two-day National Conference on Multidisciplinary Research, Prospects and Challenges. Once again, thank you esteemed dignitaries for gracing us with your presence. Ladies and gentlemen, let the two-day National Conference on Multidisciplinary Research, Prospects and Challenges begin. ನಮ್ಮ ಭಾರತೀಯ ಸಂಪ್ರದಾಯದಂತೆ ಈ ಕಾರ್ಯಕ್ರಮವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಗೀತೆಯೊಂದಿಗೆ ಪ್ರಾರಂಭಿಸೋಣ. ಪ್ರಾರ್ಥನೆ ಗೀತೆ ರಾಜಶೇಖರ್ ಮತ್ತು ವಿನಾಯಕ್ ರಾವ್ ಅವರದ್ದು. ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿನಾಯಕ ವಿದ್ಯಾದಾಯಕ ದೇವ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ಪಾಶಾಂಕುಶಧರ ಮೂಷಿಕ ವಾಹನ ಸರ್ಪಾಲಂಕೃತನೇ ಗಜಾನನ ಪಾಶಾಂಕುಶಧರ ಮೂಷಿಕ ವಾಹನ ಸರ್ಪಾಲಂಕೃತನೇ ಗಜಾನನ ಆದಿಪೂಜಿತ ನೀನು ವೇದವಂದಿತ ನೀನು ಆದಿಪೂಜಿತ ನೀನು ವೇದವಂದಿತ ನೀನು ಮೋದಕ ಪ್ರಿಯ ನೀನು ಗಣಾಧಿಪ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು ವಿನಾಯಕ ಶರಣು ನಿನಗೆ ಶರಣು. ಎಲ್ಲರೂ ಎದುರಿನ ಭಾಗವತನಷ್ಟು ಕೊಡಿ.
जय सुंदर नदी मन गलनाडि जय मेर संशिवनमि भूदेविय मकुटल नवमणिये गंगल चंदन वंदिन गणिये राघव मधुसूदन अवतरिसित भारत जननीय तनुजाते जननीय जोगुल वेदन घोष जननीय जीवन विज्ञानेश असुरिನ ಗಿರಿಗಳ ಸಾಲೆ ನಿನ್ನಯ ಕೊರಳಿನ ಮಾಲೆ ಕಪಿಲ ಪತಂಜಲ ಗೌತಮ ಚಿನಲಿತ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ಸಂಗಾಲೆ ಶಂಕರನ ಮನುಜ ವಿದ್ಯಾರಣ್ಯ ಬಸವೇಶ್ವರ ಮಂತರ ದಿಂದಾರಣ್ಯ ಕನ್ನ ಶರತ್ಯರಿ ಪೊನ್ನ ಕಂಕಣ ಕುಮಿಪತಿ ಜನ್ನ ಕುಮಾರ ವ್ಯಾಸರ ಬಂಗಳ ಧಾಮ ಕವಿ ಕೋಗಿಲೆಗಳ ಪುಣ್ಯಾರಾಮ ನಾಯಕ ರಾಮಾನಂದ ಕಬೀರನ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತಂಜಾತೆ ಕೈಲಕ ಹೊಯ್ಸಳ ರಾಣಿಗ ನಾಡಿ ಕಂಕಣ ಜಟನರ ನೆಚ್ಚಿನ ವೀರ ಕೃಷ್ಣ ಶರಾವತಿ ತುಂಗ ಕಾವೇರಿಯ ಬರದಂಗ ಚೈತನ್ಯ ಪರಮಹಂಸ ವಿವೇಕನ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತಂಜಾತೆ ಸರ್ವಜನಾಂಗದ ಶಾಂತಿಯ ತೋಟ ರಸಿಕರ ಕಂಕಣ ಸೆಳೆಯುವ ನೋಟ ಹಿಂದೂ ಕ್ರೈಸ್ತ ಮುಸಲ್ಮಾನ ಪಾರಸೀಕ ಜನರ ಉದ್ಯಾನ ಜನಗಣ ಹೋಲುವ ದೊರೆಗಳ ಧಾಮ ಕಾಯಕ ವೈದಿಕರ ರಾಮ ಕನ್ನಡ ನುಡಿ ಕುಣಿದಾಡುವ ದೇಹ ಕನ್ನಡ ತಾಯಿಯ ಮಕ್ಕಳ ದೇಹ ಭಾರತ ಜನನಿಯ ತನುಜಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ ಜಯ ಹೇ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕ ಮಾತೆ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು. To extend our warm greetings and set the tones for today's proceeding, I invite Professor P. Bhaskar sir, convener of today's conference, to deliver the introductory and welcome speech.
Good morning to all. The distinguished dignitaries on the dais, off the dais, the participants, delegates, and my dear students. Today, the Raichur University is organizing a two-day national conference on multidisciplinary research, the prospects and challenges. Now, I take this opportunity to give the brief introduction about today's national conference. So, what is multidisciplinary research? The multidisciplinary research is a technique in which the tools, expertise from different disciplines and sciences are used to develop a finalized products that address the complex challenges or to meet specific needs or to find a solution for various problems which are associated in the society. Or there is another way of defining this multidisciplinary research. It is the process of integrating the knowledge and expertise from different fields or disciplines such as physics, chemistry, biology, social sciences, engineering, medicine, etc. to develop finalized products which address the complex challenges. So this integrated approach in the research will address the major research challenges in future. It requires the unified effort of experts from different disciplines. In other words, this approach involves the search for truth using many specialized branches of studies that aim to achieve a common goal using knowledge from other disciplines. The multidisciplinary research involves the minimum efforts but maximum impact in terms of outcomes. No discipline can be sufficient or complete itself. At the same time, it cannot solve all the problems. Therefore, each and every discipline is bound to take the help of other discipline in order to reach a suitable conclusion. The best example for the research, the multidisciplinary research, is the research in instrumentation. Example, if you want to design an instrument, it requires the knowledge of so many disciplines. Next example is ECG, electrocardiogram. It's an instrument. It requires the knowledge of biology, chemistry, physics, electronics, other disciplines. So, like that, there are innumerable examples are there, which are the outcome of the multidisciplinary research. Another example is the medical imaging technologies. The collaboration between electronics, physics, medical professionals lead to the development of advanced medical imaging technologies such as MRI, CT scan, PET scan, ultrasound scan. These technologies enable non-invasive visualization of internal body structure and aid in the diagnosis and treatment of the diseases. So, like that, the environmental monitoring instruments are also the examples or tools of multidisciplinary research. The environmental scientists, engineers, and data analysts work together to design and develop the instruments such as spectrophotometers, chromatograms, pH meters. All such instruments are used for monitoring the quality of the water, quality of the air, or to measure the pollutants of the environmental health. Similarly, the laboratory equipments like oscilloscope and such things. So they are also the outcome of the multidisciplinary research. So like that, there are innumerable examples are there. Some of the analytical instruments, that is electron microscopes, X-ray diffraction systems, atomic force microscopes. and other spectroscopic instruments. So they are used to study the structure, composition, and properties of materials in the fields such as nanotechnology, material science, and metallurgy. Another simple example is for a patient, if he is suffering from different diseases, a complex diseases, a single doctor cannot handle and cure the disease of the patient. So it requires a team of doctors, which is comprising of a general physician, psychiatrist, anesthesia, then anesthesia specialist, surgeon, all those things. Then only the team can cure that complex diseases. So like that, there is in every field, it is a multidisciplinary research is there. Another example is even in the field of law, the multidisciplinary research is utmost significance because law is not confined to one aspect of human being. It deals with all aspects of social, political, economic, cultural, etc. of day-to-day life. So keeping this in view, the government has introduced the multidisciplinary education in NEP 2020. So this is an extension of that multidisciplinary education. So this type of research is already there in the industries. For example, if you take a pharmaceutical industry, there are so many people work together to get a final product. For example, pharmaceutical industry contains a chemist, physics, biologist, and engineers to get a final product. So this culture is already there in the industries, but that is not there in the universities. So this type of research is not there in the university and research institutions. Hence, the university or research institutions are not able to develop the finalized products. They are doing the research. So the inculcation of this approach in the university and research institutions is the main theme of this conference. So to facilitate the multidisciplinary research in the universities and research institutions should be encouraged this type of research. So in a nutshell, the multidisciplinary approach plays a very important role when it comes to solving most modern day research challenges, since they are complex in nature and require the knowledge of all aspects such as economic, social, political, psychological. So with these things, these are the advantages of prospects of the multidisciplinary research. Of course, there are some challenges are also there with the multidisciplinaries. The first one is the coordination among the members from different disciplines can be challenging, leading to misunderstandings, delays, and inefficiencies. The second challenge is that different disciplines may have divergent goals and priorities, making it difficult to align objectives and make decisions that satisfy all stakeholders. The third one is the integrating contribution from multiple disciplines into cohesive product design can be complex and may require significant time and resources. The fourth one is the overlapping and mis-expertise among team members can hinder the effectiveness of multidisciplinary collaboration, requiring careful management and coordination. If you can overcome these difficulties, then we will be quite successful in multidisciplinary research. So with these few words, I take this opportunity to request the delegates and participants and students of this university and various universities to practice this multidisciplinary research in your institutions. So now I take this opportunity to welcome the dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. Firstly, I welcome on behalf of Raichur University and National Conference, Professor Harish Ramaswamy sir, the Honorable Vice Chancellor of Raichur University, President of today's function, and also the Chief Patron of this conference, carrying the spirit of this conference. I also welcome on behalf of Raichur University and National Conference, Professor B.C. Mulimanisa, the former Vice Chancellor, the Gulbarga University, Kalaburagi, to this conference. Sir is inaugurating this conference and also is delivering a lecture in this conference. We should be thankful to Professor Mulimanisa because Sir has constructed this building and a library building because of his vision, his contribution. Today we are running our IT. On behalf of Raichur University and National Conference, I welcome Professor Dayanand sir, the Honorable Vice Chancellor, Gulbarga University, California, to this conference. Sir is delivering a keynote address in this conference. Sir, we should be thankful to Professor Niranjana sir and Professor Dayanand sir because they played a very important role in partnership with university. On behalf of Raichur University and National Conference, I welcome Professor S.K. Saidapur sir, the former Vice Chancellor, Karnataka University, Dharwad, to this conference. Sir is delivering a plenary lecture in this conference. On behalf of Raichur University and National Conference, I welcome Professor Ramachandra sir, the Department of Atomic Energy, the former UPC PSR faculty member, the Professor and Founder Chairman, the Department of Genetics, University of Mysore, to this conference. Sir is also delivering a plenary lecture in this conference. I also welcome our beloved Registrar Professor Vishwanath sir, the patron of this conference, to this conference. I also welcome Professor Ediswamy sir, the Registrar Evaluation and also patron of this conference, to this conference. On behalf of Raichur University and National Conference, I welcome Dr. Shashidhar, the Senior Scientist, CSR Laboratory, Gulbarga, to this conference. He is also delivering a plenary lecture in this conference. I also welcome Dr. Subhendra Kulkarni, the Scientist, Ignore, Department of Higher Education, Government of Karnataka, to this conference. I also welcome Dr. Prabhanjan Gai, the Adjunct Professor of Raichur University, to this conference. I take this opportunity to welcome the guest faculty from all departments of Raichur University to this conference. I welcome Professor Bharati C.S. Madam, the Dean Faculty of Science, to this conference. I also welcome Dr. Fatehpur sir, the Director CDC, to this conference. On behalf of Raichur University and National Conference, I welcome all the delegates and participants to this conference. I also welcome the teaching non-teaching staff of Raichur University to this conference. Finally, I welcome the press and the media to this conference, and also I welcome my dear students to this conference. So once again, I welcome you all, one and all. Thank you.
Now I take this delightful opportunity to welcome convener of this conference, Dr. P. Bhaskar sir. I request my colleague to offer flower as a symbol of dedication to P. Bhaskar sir. ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and all my dear friends. Now it's time to celebrate the birthday of the eminent physicist Sir C.V. Raman. Today we come together to honor his remarkable contributions to science and to inspire future generations. Sir Chandrasekhara Venkat Raman, born on November 7, 1888, was a pioneering physicist whose groundbreaking work in the field of light scattering earned him the Nobel Prize in Physics in 1930. His discovery, famously known as the Raman effect, had a profound impact on the world of science. Today, we want to symbolize this shower of knowledge and inspiration that C.V. Raman Sir work has provided us. I request all the dignitaries on the dais to grace the photograph of Sir C.V. Raman with a floral tribute as a gesture of respect and gratitude. May it symbolize the illumination of knowledge and spreading of scientific curiosity. Also, I would like to welcome G.S. Vedanand sir. I request my colleague to present the flag. And I also welcome Pampapati sir. I request my colleague to present the flag. I also welcome Abdul Razak Ustad, former syndicate member. I request my colleague to present the flag. In keeping with the spirit of growth, sustainability, and hope for the brighter future, we have chosen to mark the commencement of this event by watering a plant. I would like to invite Professor B.G. Mulimani sir to water the plant and inaugurate this conference. I also request all the dignitaries on the stage to water the plant and inaugurate this conference. Thank you all for leading us in this symbolic act. I now request all the dignitaries present on the dais to jointly launch the conference book, which encompasses abstract from distinguished fields. Thank you everyone. I am delightful to invite Professor B.G. Bolimani sir to grace the dais and deliver the inaugural address.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರ. Today is a very important day for science lovers, scientists, and institutional heads and public in general, because it is on this day, 28th February, Raman effect was discovered in 1950. And for which he got Nobel Prize, of course, in Felicitation. Raman symbolizes the quality science and qualities of a great scientist. Raman can be characterized by 6 words: very ambitious, very courageous, very hard working. Please go through his work, I request. There is a book by Raman, a great physicist, about Raman, journey into light. Raman has been a journey into light. That is something phenomenal. And today, here we are talking about multidisciplinary research. And Raman, in a way, did many things. He started physics, he started to study the flowers, so many things. It was very wide and deep. So, ambitious, courageous, and hardworking, and more than that, self-respect in the eyes of the world. We had a tremendous self-respect compared to any top scientist in the world. Self-confidence. Without that, nobody can achieve anything distinct in science. And what is most important is self-reliance. That is what we need today in our country. We need self-respect on a global scene. We need self-reliance that can be done only with self-confidence. Because we have before us a dream: develop India. Develop in every sense. In every sense. Develop in every sense. Not just in the field of science, publishing some good papers, but develop in the sense that India is a rich country where poor people live. India is a rich country where poor people live because we haven't understood the wealth creating potential of knowledge. That's very important. 60 to 70% villagers. Look at, go to villages and see, particularly villages of Hyderabad, Karnataka region, today, Karnataka region, lot needs to be done. So we haven't understood the wealth creation of knowledge. That's why our Prime Minister is emphasizing, apart from discovery, invention, most importantly, innovation. In this era of globalization, we can't work in isolation. At least innovation should be our mantra. And innovation, in the sense it is useful to Indians. It is not just something we do and it is helpful to Western countries or anybody. It should be our research for our purpose.
That's what Raman emphasized. What Raman emphasized was we need science, more science, still more science. What kind of science? We used to say, do anything, publish. 2 papers, get a PhD. Not that kind of science. That is not that as anyway. Still, we are a developing country. We have to become developed, as I said, self-reliant. Because science, in a simple way, leads to technology. Technology is very, very, very important. Without technology, the scientific concepts, scientific procedures won't help. On this occasion, I would like to recall there was a great famine around 1962 or so. At that time, India wanted to get American breeds. You know America. What it does, I don't want to get into it. They used to send us wheat shipments. Purposely, they used to delay leaving of a ship from American source to reach India. Mischievous. That made always, from time to time, great scientists take work. S.R.Niranjana came into the picture along with Norman Borlaug. Worked on it. Today we are surplus in food. Nobody has to drive out of hunger. That was the Green Revolution. Similarly, we can say in many other areas, all are interdisciplinary. I wish today we had even under this organized by science department, maybe one more teacher after social sciences. But there are the sciences, social sciences, economics, social, because it refers to our whole living life. That's more important. So that was the greatest green revolution, and we don't have to beg anymore. That does that. Same thing can be said when I say technology. That is good. Food technology. Similarly, in other areas, we have technologies too. Another one I might like to mention is when Kalam was working on SLV3, he wanted beryllium products, beryllium metal for guided systems. So we approached Japan, they said we won't give you. America, they said won't give you. Then he started worrying from where this beryllium can be got. Then he came to know that we are exporting beryllium to this America, we are giving beryllium to Japan, and now they don't want to give us the process of beryllium. Then as a challenge he took, and he established in Boise, Bombay, a processing plant which produces beryllium. That is self-reliance. So similarly, in many, many fields, we have to be self-reliant. The question of multidisciplinary comes there. It's sociology, it's political science, it is economics, so many things. I think our Prime Minister is looking at in a holistic way. Holistic way. You can, if you want to say systemic, look at the whole scenario. That is the kind of thing. And I said, this next theme was when I said we a rich country with poor productivity. We are consumers of knowledge. We are not creators of knowledge. That is needed. Whatever research we do, there should be creativity. There should be originality. Real thinking, real asking questions. Then our education, our research, everything in industry, where there we make progress. And person who started self-respect, all that self-confidence, few people like Ram, he was the starter. But he was not happy when he received the prize under the flag. So, it is good, and that's why we are celebrating. After that, nobody has got Nobel Prize in Science in India. Of course, that is a different story. So these are the things. And later, Kalam, he wrote, but 2020, he was always thinking of developing, not developing India or third world. We have crossed third world situation. We are now developing. In a matter of time, we will be developed. Developed means there was a program proposed by Kalam, PURA, P-U-R-A, providing urban amenities in rural area. Then what I get in Raichur should be available in some village too. Everybody. Everybody should get the same facilities, same standard of living, same confidence, meaning for life. Otherwise, these poor farmers, poor people in villages, what is life just passing the day? Struggling. There is no hygiene, there is no medical care. These all things have to be improved. It's all the more because frontiers of knowledge are moving very, very rapidly to catch up. It's very difficult. That requires a tremendous. If you are reading nowadays what is happening in Israel, Gaza, Ukraine, nobody will stand by you. You have to stand by yourself. So that is only possible by through education, through the development of the area in the case of health and productivity with regard to food and most importantly security too. These are the things. These multidisciplinary approaches should lead with a purpose, because any university, any educational institution in any area should make a difference to that region. Raichur University was established with that purpose. And today, after a long time, I'm coming here. I'm very, very happy to be honest. So beautifully organized. Professor Harish has done an extremely good, such a big talk. And outside, we are seeing the tremendously same space. Today, I feel I am in an expanded world. We need this kind of commitment, dedication. Then only it is possible and to guide this multidisciplinary approach. After all, everywhere people are dreaming research universities. When you come to university, it should be a research university, discovery university. Universities are like organic entities, they keep evolving. So Sairapur will talk on that. Education and industries go together. That is what we need. They are like organic entities and they too have a chance, whether it is artificial intelligence, whether it is IoT, so many things, robotics, we can't isolate ourselves. So these are the areas. So I don't want to, India has seen many revolutions, green revolution, blue revolution, white revolution. We are capable. We are capable. That's it. But leadership is important. Why we celebrate Ram's effect day is to remind ourselves that we are in no way inferior to anybody. That's what Raman used to tell. Indian students are not inferior to anybody in the world. That was his. And what we lack is that spirit. That spirit working together, collaborative areas in any field, they should do the things. And human resource or any other resource should be sustainable development. That's why this year's Science Day theme is विकसित भारतक्काಗಿ भारतीय तंत्रज्ञान. Our own technology, own science to help our own solving problems. Okay, other things were contributing to science as a science. That is another thing that also goes simultaneously. So working together is the need of the hour, and I am sure this university is a big role to play. He is on the right direction. I'm indeed happy and congratulate once again Professor Harish. And it's timely, very timely that he has organized this research. I'm sure that that is being emphasized in NEP. And we have to, everybody has a role to play. So it is not just organizing a conference, but with enthusiasm, tremendous enthusiasm. Earlier it was a very, very tiny team in some rooms. So congratulations, Professor. Thank you for giving me this opportunity of being with you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for this insightful and inspiring inaugural address. We just had the privilege of hearing. Our sincere gratitude goes to Professor B.J. Mulimani, sir, for gracing us with his wisdom.
Myself, Dr. Vijayalakshmi B. Patil, from Department of Chemistry. It's an honor for me to introduce today's guest, Keynote addressee, Professor Dayanand Agasar, sir. Professor Dayanand Agasar, sir, presently serving as Vice-Chancellor of Gulbarga University, Kalaburagi. Sir was born on 24 December 1959 in a small village, Gulbarga, Taluka, district Kalaburagi. Sir has wide experience in teaching, research, and administrative field. Sir has teaching experience of about 34 plus years, working since November 1987 at postgraduate Department of Microbiology, Gulbarga University, Kalaburagi. Sir has research experience of about 39 years. Sir published 59 international research articles and around 35 national research articles. Under the guidance of Sir, 23 students awarded PhD degree and 9 students awarded MPhil degree. Sir, as a good administrator, worked as Registrar, Gulbarga University, Kalaburagi for a period of 3 years, and also as the Chairman, Department of Microbiology, Gulbarga University, Kalaburagi, and also as the Director, Planning, Monitoring and Evaluation Board, Gulbarga University, Kalaburagi, and also as a Student Welfare Officer, Gulbarga University, Kalaburagi, and also as a member of Board of Appointment of Karnataka, Kerala and Maharashtra, and presently serving as Vice Chancellor of Gulbarga University, Kalaburagi. Sir also got various awards such as Fellowship of the Academy Award 2021 from Karnataka Science and Technology Academy, Government of Karnataka, Bangalore. Sir has received Best Presentation Award during the International Conference on Recent Advances in Material Science held at Bangalore during November 2012. Sir has received Hon'ble Best Scientist Award during the National Conference on Agricultural Biotechnologies for Sustainable Food Security held at Pudukkottai, Tamil Nadu, March 2013. It's just a brief introduction of Sir. We have many more to convey. It's our privilege to have him in our conference as a keynote speaker. Once again, on behalf of Raipur University, Raipur, I welcome you.
We are privileged to have us with you today, a speaker whose wealth of knowledge, experience, and insights will undoubtedly enrich our conference. Without further ado, let us welcome to the stage our distinguished keynote speaker, Professor Dayanand Agasar, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Gulbarga University, Kalaburagi.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೆ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. Good morning to all of you. I'm extremely happy to be on the campus of my university, that is Raipur University. ನಾನು ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಹೀಗೆ ಆವಾಗ ಬರಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಬಹುಶಃ ಯಾವಾಗ ನನ್ನ ಮಗಳು ಕೊಟ್ಟ ಮಾವನ ಮೇಲೆ ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ. ಬಹಳ ಸಂತೋಷವಾಯಿತು. ಕಳೆದ 10-15 ವರ್ಷದಿಂದ ಈ ವಿಷಯದ ನಾನು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೇನೆ. ಇತ್ತೀಚಿನ ಬೆಳವಣಿಗೆಗಳ ನಂತರ ಬಂದದ್ದು ಬಹಳ ಖುಷಿ ಆಯಿತು ನನಗೆ. Let me congratulate Dr. Harish Ramswamy for your great effort our former Vice Chancellor. Friends, we have relaxed Vice Chancellors on this space. Me representing Gulbarga University, we have on stage the Vice Chancellor, my parent university, Professor S.R.Niranjana. There is the Vice Chancellor of Karnataka University, Bangalore, and the former Vice Chancellor of my own university, Professor Felicitation, the Vice Chancellor of our next generation university, that is Professor S.R.Niranjana. It's always nice to see the galaxy of academic leaders, I would say so, on these kind of occasions, which is being supported by several other dignitaries on the desk. We have Prof. S.R.Niranjana, very reputed scientist in the field of human genomics. And we have Girdhar from the alumni of Gulbarga University, I must say, who happens to be a scientist in the NIST Ceremonial, and also the officers of the university, Vishwanath, Register of the Raichur University, Sairi Swami, the Register of the Raichur University, and two important persons who are very instrumental in organizing this event. The convener, Professor Bhaskar, and Professor Parvati, the Dean Science and Faculty, very distinguished speakers on this occasion, respected delegates, dear colleague teachers, research students, and the postgraduate students, and the persons who will present me. Let me once again appreciate Dr. Harish Ramswamy. It is always necessary for anyone to put their efforts in building a public institution, which is not an easy task in the present scenario. Really, it is great effort put in by you. I'm extremely happy to see all these delighted infrastructure facilities which are being expanded in the same space that has been already referred by Professor D. Really, this goes a long way. I hope and wish that all the faculty and the students really make use of these facilities for the academic excellence for which it is being meant. So it is up to the young minds, students and the faculties to make use of these infrastructure facilities. Friends, let me restrict myself to the topic of my presentation, that is multidisciplinary research, prospects and challenges. I was just going through the literature regarding the multidisciplinary research in the present scenario of the nation and also at the global level. And I was so happy and delighted to understand that origin and the concept of multidisciplinary research really based on the roots of the Indian heritage of the knowledge system, or Indian knowledge system heritage, which is deeply rooted in the Indian education system. We don't have to go anywhere else in the Western countries or abroad elsewhere. The multidisciplinary knowledge of the education system is deep rooted in the Indian knowledge system. If you look back into the heritage of the Indian knowledge system or the Indian education system, it reminds me the kind of Gurukul system what was there in our Indian education system. So some of might have already gone through the literature of the Gurukul or the Gurukul system, how it was. It was never a watertight compartment, giving the knowledge or the education in one particular area of the field. It is for the overall development of every individual from the different aspects of the society, science, technology, everything, so on and so forth. The real motto of the multidisciplinary research, or the objective of the multidisciplinary research, in the current scenario of the landscape of the higher education is to build the career of the youth to lead a respectable life. ಬಹಳ ಸ್ಪಷ್ಟವಾಗಿ ನಾವು ಹೇಳ್ತೇವೆ, ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಬ್ಬರಿಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಗೌರವಯುತ ಬದುಕನ್ನು ನೀಡಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ಮಲ್ಟಿಪ್ಲನರಿ ರಿಸರ್ಚ್ ಬಹಳ ಅವಶ್ಯಕವಾಗಿ ಬೇಕಾಗ್ತದೆ. That's what we try to see in the Indian heritage of the knowledge system, where the disciplines in the different parts of the society with which it is very much essential to study and then make a research and try to apply for the welfare of the mankind or also the progress of the nation. If you look into the multidisciplinary research, or another basic important value of the Indian knowledge system is what I think both we have realized during our visit to the UK universities. We have heard a lot about the UK universities system of education and the knowledge of education elsewhere in the any other countries. So the basic difference what I could realize at this stage is education in India is a service. Education in India is a service. That's what right from the Indian heritage of the education system reveals. But majority of the countries abroad, particularly the countries like UK, European, America, you can name any of the developing countries, education is a business. Education is a business. It's a fact. Anything proposal from these Western countries, they try to place the education as a business. There is a business sector for all the developed countries, unlike the Indian education system or the Indian knowledge system, where it is being considered as service sector. But in the scenario of competition, even the education institutions in the country, in the nation, slowly they are also getting commercialized. I don't want to use the term business. No way India can afford the education as a business sector. But however, education system or education institutions, particularly the higher education institutions in the country, they are slowly getting themselves transferred to a slightly commercial sectors. Anyway, keeping aside that, looking or aiming at the education as a service sector in our nation, yes, how the multidisciplinary research can be most productive for the welfare of the nation, for the welfare of the human beings or the welfare of the mankind. Let me share with you one of the examples of understanding the multidisciplinary research. Mr. Harish, as you rightly said, during our visit when we were there in the University of Bradford, where we has got a collaborations with one of the health science division in the University of Bradford. Basically, that Professor Behrus Khagani, a scientist from the University of Bradford, was an engineer. He was a mechanical engineer. Try to understand the multidisciplinary approach in the education system of the UK, how it is being brought down to the Karnataka, particularly in the India, and how it is spreading across the globe. Basically a mechanical engineer who is working as a professor in the Department of Health Sciences, focusing the point of the health sciences, human health sciences. Later, he directs his research from the tissue culture and tissue repair of human beings, and then after that tissue repair, mechanism of repairing the damaged tissues in the human beings. Look at the discipline and the core subject with which he has come out, the research in which he has been carried out, the kind of the excellence that has been achieved by him in the different disciplines of the research or through the research. And we have a collaborations with that engineer and the Department of the Health Sciences. One of the professors from our university, I'm very happy to name that Professor G.M. Vidyasagar, Professor of Botany from the Gulbarga University, who is working on bioactive molecules of a plant, particular medicinal plant. And the collaboration that has been established, I'm just trying to illustrate as a multidisciplinary research, how they can be collaborated and which will be really serving the mankind. A bioactive molecule that is being extracted, isolated from the plant. Now, both the scientists at the University of Bangalore and at the Gulbarga University, they are prepared a project focusing that how this bioactive molecule can be clubbed with a nanoparticle formulated by that particular Kagami, how this blend can be prepared. I'm so happy to say at this stage, if you look at the entire world, there are only 3 laboratories which are having a special device, what is being called as electrospinning device, where a biomolecule, a nanomolecule, can put under that particular electrospinning device or the technology where the blend would be prepared. And you remember that blend is going to treat the ulcers or the wounds that are happening in the diabetic patients or the diabetic cases. So why I am sharing with you this example is how an engineer, a health sciences, a medicine, and a botanist and a microbiologist would come together with their multidisciplinary research ultimately to develop a product which heals that wounds in the diabetic cases. That is the kind of a project with which we are coming out. But I am trying to share with you how exactly the watertight compartments of research need not be there for in a particular field. It all depends upon the innovative research or the research innovations which are going to combine together and then ultimately serve the mankind. And that's how we are looking at the multidisciplinary research. Friends, let me share with you my another recent experience. So in the first week of this month, I was in one of the national reputed universities of the country, that is Banaras Hindu University. I was presenting my talk on there, and I was surprised to see Banaras Hindu University, which is being established by Madan Mohan Malviya, a great visionary of those days. And on the campus of the Banaras Hindu University, you'll be surprised if I say that more than 1 lakh students are studying various UG courses, PG courses, and the research programs. It's not just by number. If you look at the disciplines, if you look at the departments, if you look into the areas which comprises all these are, they have health sciences, they have engineering courses, they have leading technology programs, law, social science, languages, name any discipline is there on the campus. What I am trying to say with you at this point of time is that should be the holistic approach of multidisciplinary knowledge system or the education system. And until and unless a campus which provides all these cross disciplines together, it is very difficult for any individual to make the breakthrough research in the multidisciplinary approaches. Why only the Banaras Hindu University? Just a couple of days back, I was in Agni University, Gujarat, this is Rajkot, one of the private universities. I am very selective in taking the public university on one side and the private university on the other side. Yes, nothing is limited to the private university to establish any cross-disciplinary researchers on their campus. It is just 4 years old university. Name any discipline, it is there on the campus. So it reminds me the topic presented by Professor S.R.Niranjana about long back at our university. We were talking on the evolution and the biodiversity aspect. And my topic of presentation there was microbial biodiversity from these important sedimentary rocks and which would serve the mankind through their bioactive molecules. I tell you, my friends, my presentation there was well appreciated by the social scientists, by the social scientists. You know, the kind of approach they have given. So that was an entirely different new gateway for me to try to understand my own research from the social science perspectives. And right from Gujarat, we moved down to the Maharashtra, Karnataka, and then Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. And my work was limited to the sedimentary rocks, that is majorly the limestone Paris belt where we have isolated novel microorganisms. I am not presenting on that. While presentations, I showed some of the clippings, slides of those landstone queries. The social scientists' attention was drawn towards the kind of the population of people who are affected because of all these landstone queries. Now, what I am trying to tell you is, it all depends on the perception with which we are looking at any kind of a research, Remember, these kind of platforms are very much essential to share the cross-disciplinary research approaches in the field so that we can understand from our own perspective and look into its applications in the mind of the mankind. Let me tell you an example of Girish Shashi, who is in the NIST, National Institute of Integrated Science and Technology. That was one of the institutes where I had a my mentor, Professor Ashok Pandey, if I am right, who is right now in the Indian Top Scholars Research Institute, Lucknow. Name any discipline, it is there. Name any device, it is there. It is entirely multidisciplinary research. Today it is leading. And another NIST lab, where our own student is working, leading in the NCL Pune, which was originated as National Chemical Laboratory, which is today being led in the field of biological sciences. Who is heading the NCM division, the division of the life sciences, man who could detect the coronavirus variants in India for the first time. So I am very happy to share with you. He is heading that NCM division. 70% of the revenue being generated by NCL is being contributed by only from his division. What I am trying to share with you is, nothing is limiting for anybody if we have a mind, if we have a perception to understand the cross-discipline research of the system. So you name any public institutes or private institutes in the Indian scenario, we do have multidisciplinary research. Unfortunately, particularly if you look into the present scenario of the establishment of the universities, we are having monodisciplinary universities. To study law, we have a law university. To study language, we have a different language university. To study health, we have a medical university. Engineering, we have a different university. Name any one particular discipline, we have independent university. I am not against it. Yeah, rightly said, even to go for a music, we have music university. I am not against it. Yes, despite whatever the reasons or the policies because of which probably the establishment have happened. But there must be a lot of scope for multidisciplinary integration in the research for the welfare of the mankind. From any one particular monodisciplinary faculty or the subject, the holistic approach of the mankind and the national development will never be possible. That is very important. So we have to look into a kind of a system where either establish the multidisciplinary subjects, campuses, higher education institutions, even if it is not possible, even with the monodisciplinary institutions, the scope must be provided for the integration of the multidisciplinary subjects, interactions in between these particular institutions. Friends, going back again into the Indian knowledge system, I was trying to understand how the present the higher education system is being established from the point of the multidisciplinary knowledge or the research. It is well established that the whole Indian knowledge system is nature-centric. The whole knowledge system is nature-centric. Not only that, earlier in the Gurukuls or elsewhere, the kind of a transformation of the knowledge which will take place under the trees elsewhere in the nature. It's not just from that point of view. Any kind of the sharing of the knowledge or preachings or the teachings used to be happen totally on the nature-centric. Nature-centric. I would like to share with you 2 or 3 important illustrations which are attracting the entire globe, where India has given the origin that all this multidisciplinary research is only the nature-centric. If you take the agriculture, yes, no doubt it's a nature-centric. If you take the agriculture, the present fascination, what we call it as organic farming, right? It's one of the fascination that is being placed. Organic farming is nothing new. Yes, from the point of the scientific perspective, it may seem to be the new, but the Indian basic agriculture system is started from the organic farming. Today, if you go to the perspectives of the organic farming, who are involved in this organic farming? Is the farmers. Who are the beneficiaries? It is you and me. We are the beneficiaries. But if you look into the research aspects of the social scenario, the social scientists, how they are going to be evaluated, how an economist will assess the organic farming in the country, how a political scientist, political science expert would assess the organic farming in the country, how a technologist would assess the organic farming in the country. What I'm trying to say with you is, until and unless each one of us have a different perspectives on this particular point of view, we need to understand this kind of nature-centric agriculture which is being thoroughly supported by the Indian government in the present state. In addition to the agriculture, one more the global most attracted the avenue is energy sector. Yes, go back to the fuel energy, solar energy, electrical energy, whatever it is. The day has come now to realize the bioenergy. The bioenergy. Particularly what we have is CNG, compressed natural gas. Now we are developing bio-natural compressed gas. So such an advances, and you please remember, it is not one particular discipline which will be able to give us the research output. It is the microbiologist, it is the agriculturist, it is the farmer, it is the environmentalist, which is the economist, who is an entrepreneur also. All of them are involved in the process of developing. The government of India just 3 months back has floated thousands crores of rupees for the projects that are being proposed by any industries or any institutions in the form of the bioenergy, which is the first pilot plant has established very recently, about a couple of weeks back in the Karnataka area. They are looking for hydrogen energy, the latest concept, hydrogen energy. Please try to understand what an amount of advancement that is there if we do the multidisciplinary approach, the kind of the perspectives what we are looking into it. Is it not social scientists are involved in the process? Is it not entrepreneurs are involved in the process? Is it not the business people who are involved in the process? Is it not the scientists who are involved in transformation of the waste into the energy? Whether it's a biologist or microbiologist or biotechnologist, whatever it is, what I'm trying to say with you is, this is the order of the day. This is the essence of the true science and technology. Multidisciplinary is the most essence of the spirit of the present science and technology for the national development, for the national progress, for the welfare of the mankind. Where there is a will, there is a way. That's what is very much essential for each one of us to make our mindset to understand. An exemplary example for my own state, let me share with you. I'm very happy to share in the presence of Professor B.G. Murali sir. Many times he will be guiding me regarding the Professor C.N.R. Rao. I think you might have heard the name of the Professor C.N.R. Rao. Have you heard? Bharat Ratna Award. Remember, he is heading Jawaharlal Nehru Center for Advanced Studies and Research located in Bangalore, one of the national reputed research organizations, including the teaching software. From the field of physics, from the field of chemistry, from the field of material science, from the field of nanotechnology, what a wide range of the disciplines with which he has developed several scientists to understand all these various disciplines and then go for the research aspect. My dear friends, are you aware the kind of applications that are being putting in out of all these disciplines? Human health, pharmaceutical industries, medicinal industries, agricultural industries, environmental industries, name any sectors which are essentially required for the development of the society and the nation. His multidisciplinary research components led by Professor C.N.R. Rao is coming out. Bharat Ratna may not be a big award according to me, who is supposed to be worth getting the Nobel Prize. Please remember, awards and rewards, if you again look back or trace a little history of those particular individuals, I'm very surprising to say that all Nobel awardees, they got their Nobel awards in the discipline for which they do not belong. You look back into the history. Physicists would get the Nobel Prize in chemistry. A chemist would get the Nobel Prize in the field of medicine. A biologist would get the Nobel Prize in the genetics or in the chemistry. Hope Professor Ramchandra will agree with me. Is it not very surprising? What I am trying to share with you is multidisciplinary research or the knowledge system is absolutely not a new at all. But the present scenario of the higher education, we need to redefine, we need to revisit, we need to relook, we need to refocus on understanding the perception of the research. Understanding the perception of the research. That is what is more important. I hope this platform will provide the several other dignitaries who are going to speak on the different aspects of it, would be focused on the multidisciplinary point of view. I would like to end, naturally being microbiologist, let me share with you one of the microbiology example, then with that I'll be concluding my presentation. I hope each one of you might have heard a recent havoc that has happened across the globe, Corona, right? A very tiny, notorious, bloody virus. I don't hesitate to use that term, restricting myself very carefully with only that particular virus. Otherwise, without microorganisms, no living beings would survive on the earth. But only this particular notorious virus, so called as Corona, which has created havoc across the globe, has opened up a huge gateway for multidisciplinary research, pharmaceutical industries, food industries, medicinal industries, everything, even from the social science perspective point of view. So that has set a great example to the world that the order of the day is supposed to be only multidisciplinary knowledge, only multidisciplinary research. Otherwise, it's never possible to combat any such incidences. When we used to heard about the plague those days, something like that we could experience with the coronavirus. My dear friends, with these few words, let me thank the organizers. Special thanks to Harish for inviting me to my own university to say a little bit whatever that we have been experienced. Harish, probably you remember that we had a discussion with Steve Smith in London. You know, Steve Smith was a Vice Chancellor of 3 different UK universities for the period of 17 years. And one of the reformation he has appreciated during his 17 years, let me share with you. One of the universities, I don't remember, he was running a chemistry department. There were no admissions in the chemistry department. He was much worried how to develop that particular, laboratory and make use of facilities. He was sharing this view with his wife. And he has openly said, it is his wife who has given him a clue, stating that, why do you worry? You just rename it, you get wonderful admissions. He has put it as pharmaceutical chemistry. That is a blooming business sector in the UK industries. What I am trying to share with you is that kind of innovative perception is very much essential for us to understand and realize the requirement of the knowledge with which the multidisciplinary approach we can achieve the excellence. Thank you very much once again for your participation. Thank you.
We express our sincere gratitude to our keynote speaker, Professor Dayanand, Agasar. He has not only enlightened us with his wisdom, but has also left us with much to reflect upon. Thank you, sir. As we proceed, let us take a moment to acknowledge and appreciate the presence of Professor Dayanand Agasar, sir. We extend our gratitude through the means of felicitation. Now I request all the dignitaries on the stage to felicitate Professor Dayanand Agasar, sir. Thank you, Professor Agasar, for your unwavering commitment to the success of this conference. As we continue with the conference, let us carry the spirit of collaboration and appreciation with us. It is with great pleasure that I call upon Professor M. Vishwanath Sir, Raichur University, Raichur, Registrar and Patron of this conference, to come forward and share his thoughts with us.
A very good morning to all. My former Vice Chancellor, my guide, Dr. S.K. Saidapur, Professor Molimani, former Professor of Karnataka University, former Vice Chancellor of Gulbarga University, Professor Ramchandra, former Professor of Founder Chairman of University of Mysore in the Department of Ethics, and our own Vice Chancellor, Professor Harish Ramaswamy, and all the dignitaries. Indeed, it's a great pleasure and honor that Raichur University has come up with such a unique conference, especially connecting science with multi-dimensions and prospectus and challenges. So, we heard Professor Mullimuni and Professor Dayanand clearly telling what are the prospectus that what we have, and also to showcase the challenges that probably we, in the state of the mindset that what we have of exclusiveness becomes inclusive, and ADP has tried to open doors to bring in all these things together and make it an inclusive one rather than be very exclusive. And the scientific temper that we are supposed to carry as a citizen of this country is far more important for all of us, because science doesn't mean only it is connected with laboratories, writing papers, connecting with industry. Ultimately, it should benefit the people of this country. So how it is going to benefit the people of this country depends upon the policies that we make, the leadership that comes up to implement these things to the people of this country. So we need so many aspects to look into how science goes in to the people's life, as Professor Hon'ble stated regarding the green revolution that started when India was hungry. And today we are a nation where we export food grains, we are in abundance in that context, but still we are hungry. And where are we failing? Whether science has failed us or the policies have failed us is always a question that keeps on coming. So indeed this keeps on going. Science, social science, all the S's. I come from a law background, I am the L. I believe myself I am a hook, which can hook up the science, hook up the social science, hook up everything, because we are the one probably who try to garner everything together and see that the ultimate beneficiaries of anything is the society. For example, we had this electoral bonds, Supreme Court struck it down. 2 days before, the Supreme Court has clearly warned Baba Ramdev, telling that you cannot take the nation for a ride by advertising, which is unscientific in nature. One is science, one is policy, but we have the court coming in. Why? This is what is multi-dimension that is required, and the Constitution framed this so beautifully that how you gel as a nation and making it together multidisciplinary exclusive and the benefits to be inclusive. So that is where we are trying to put the accelerator to see that these things are focused much better, and every scientist of this nation or every science student of this nation to understand that ultimately my service, my research should be beneficial to the society, including a social science student. And as Rajpur University, for the last 3 years, we have been trying to inculcate these values among our students, stating that how important it is for us to be very inclusive and exclusive in whatever that we trying to go into as research and specialization. And this seminars is just a stepping stones to in the coming days to this new university to grow on these foundations and make it a much better learning center, especially in this part of Karnataka. We definitely look back into what has happened into Raichur University, what foundations have been laid in Raichur University, and now we are going to probably excel and improve on those foundations in the coming days. I also congratulate both the old horses who have been here since the day that we are come, and also much earlier who have seen this path, taking the entire university together, because I understand, and of course Vice Chancellor also acknowledge that the dependency of all three officers on these people, especially Professor Bhaskar and Professor Parvati, is huge. And we have told them, sir, there is no other way, you are supposed to carry us, and all the burden is on them. And it's so lovely that they have always been with us and doing wonderful things. Sir, in the coming days, it is just an indicator that more load will keep on coming. Please see that you carry on. Thank you all.
Now we are now at the pinnacle of our conference, and it is an exceptional honor to introduce a distinguished personality whose leadership and vision have stayed us through the journey of two-day national conference on multidisciplinary research, prospects and challenges. It is with great pleasure that I invite to the stage Professor Harish Ramaswamy sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor, Raichur University, Raichur, to deliver the presidential speech.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Good. Happy Science Day. We are dignitaries on the dais. It's indeed a great day. It's a great day to remember in the annals of the history of this university, because great many scientists and scholars of repute, such as Bhatnagar Awardee, which is equivalent to a kind of Nobel Prize in Karnataka, Professor S.R.Niranjana, who are the models for the younger generations are here on the sands of this young but a promising university. At the outset, I thank them all for their time and taking some more time out and agreeing to come here to this university, and all that I ask from them is their blessings. So we need your blessings for this university, because in the past 3 years we have tried to build a university both academically and physically, and we would like this academic culture to grow. And you coming to this university, I believe, is a blessing which will take the university for a very long and a brighter future. Our team, Professor Vishwanath, Professor Eriswamy, senior professors and deans, Professor Bhaskar and Parvati Madam, we have a wonderful chemistry. They have a wonderful chemistry. Because of this chemistry, we are working very well for the university. Professor Dayanand, whose body part of Gulbarga University we have separated, was very kind to give us our property in a very dignified manner and help us and guide us in building this university. And I recall the kind of relationship that we both have, which grew day in and day out. And his presence today for the keynote address has made us even proud, because a mother university has come to see how the daughter is doing. Thank you. It's also a great day for the departments of science in our university and other departments also, as these academic leaders are going to guide you for the future. My personal thanks are for Professor Bhaskar, Madam Parvati, our registrar evaluation, and our finance officer, our deputy registrar, our director CDC, and the team of young guest faculty, non-teaching staff, and our studious students for the dedication in bringing and organizing this wonderful event today. Professor Mulimani sir spoke about self-reliance, self-respect. We believe in both of these things. As you rightly pointed out, sir, in the month end of March, we are also planning for a social science conference, which is on the social movements in this region and in India as a whole. Now, whenever we talk about science, we often take excuses as teachers of social science, especially. I am a dropout of science in that sense after my PUC, because I did not get out of science because I did not like science. Chemistry was very difficult for me. Mathematics was even more difficult. And the most difficult part was my family had all teachers, and all of them wanted to teach me. And so the best thought came to me that I should run away from science. And I chose social sciences, and I studied journalism, literature, public administration, and nothing came to my rescue. And then I looked at political science. And today I have both science and politics in it. So I am here standing before you as a humble student of learner, as a science learner. Now, like Bernstein, who did not believe that monodisciplines are sufficient, I also believe that monodiscipline is not sufficient, although the insufficiency cannot always be filled by only science or science subjects. We need, as Professor Mulimani was also mentioning, very many other disciplines, including social sciences. Now, collaboration is one impetus which our keynote address was given by Dayanand Agasar stressed. Now, in order to discuss about multidisciplinarity, I quote you one beautiful statement made by Karl Popper way back in 1962. Karl Popper said, he is a great critic of science, if you know it, and Thomas Kuhn is another one. He said, we are not students of disciplines, but of problems. And problem may cut across the borders of any subject, matter, or discipline. Now, this should hint and summarize to us the need for multidisciplinarity. Now, Thomas Kuhn, another great scientist, and you must have also read a beautiful book, The Meaning of Science. In that he quotes, revolutionary changes from one paradigm to another paradigm have most profound and unimaginable effects. Now, why did we say that? Who was reading Aristotle? Yeah, Aristotle belongs to political science as we claim. And in his first reading, he felt that Aristotle knows nothing about modern science. But after a while, he read it again when he realized, I quote him, he says, Aristotle is the greatest physicist I understood. Aristotle is the greatest physicist I understood. Further, he goes on to say, do we really need to describe what separates Galileo from Aristotle? Did these men really see different things when looking at the same sort of subjects? Which means, if you are looking at the same subject from different perspectives, you get different ideas and thoughts. That's what he was mentioning. Now, there are many problems to promote multidisciplinarity. I'm sure Professor Seda will throw a lot of light on this. But from the organizational perspective, from a perspective of a university, the question that I would like to raise is, will this multidisciplinary environment contribute to the growth of the institution? Will this structure help bring in more collaborations? Do these collaborations encourage the emergence of more multidisciplinary environment and new technologies? And how will it support the cause of social needs? Will it bring prosperity to those suffering through innovation? Will it aid entrepreneurial needs of this society? Some of these questions I expect this wonderful conference is supposed to answer according to me. I'm sure in the 2 days of time, with all these stalwarts here, we will be able to gain a lot of knowledge. But please remember, Professor Saidapur has already given me a clue in the morning. Harish, it is not only presentation, you need to keep some time for question and answers. Now, Q&A is very important. If you are quiet, silent, and not asking questions, 2 days are going to be a waste. Because we have got the best of the scientists, and they are here, they are making their presentation, and I don't think you can get a better, bigger banyan tree of knowledge than this. So your job is to prepare yourself, listen to these lectures carefully, ask questions, gain knowledge. Please ask sensible questions. Okay? Please ask sensible questions and then gain knowledge. And this will be a true feast for all of you. I don't think you will even worry about your lunch. That will be the kind of listening that you have to do. I'm sure you will do this. With these words, I thank and I congratulate all of you for this wonderful beginning, academic journey of this university. Thank you.
I extend my sincere gratitude for your inspiring presidential address. Thank you, sir. I take this opportunity to invite Professor Parvati C.S. Madam for delivering vote of thanks for this inaugural function.
ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ನಮಸ್ಕಾರಗಳು. ಎಲ್ಲರಿಗೂ ರಾಷ್ಟ್ರೀಯ ವಿಜ್ಞಾನ ದಿನಾಚರಣೆಯ ಶುಭಾಶಯಗಳು. A very good afternoon to all. Respected dignitaries on the dais, it's my privilege to give vote of thanks on this inaugural function. First of all, I would like to thank Professor Harish Ramaswamy sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor of Raichur University, Raichur, for his dedication and vision that brought about the realization of this conference, and also for his pivotal role and valuable contribution in making this conference a reality. Thank you, sir. Next, I would Professor B. Munimani sir, former Vice Chancellor Gulbarga University, Kalaburagi, for generously dedicating his time to be here and for inaugurating this section and delivering the plenary lecture after even having the agenda. Thank you, sir. I express my thanks to Professor Dayanand sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor Gulbarga University, Kalaburagi, for graciously accepting our invitation and delivering the keynote address for this conference despite his hectic agenda. Thank you, sir. Our warmest thanks to Professor S.K. Setapur sir, former Vice Chancellor Karnataka University, Dharwad, amidst his busy schedule, has joined us to deliver plenary lecture for this conference. Thank you, sir. Special thanks to Professor L.P. Ramchandra sir, Department of Atomic Energy, Rajaramana, Professor, Department of Studies and Genetics and Genomics, University of Mysore, for his presence to deliver the impactful plenary lecture and considering the demands of his time. Thank you, sir. Our sincere thanks to Registrar Professor Vishwanath, Register Evaluation, Professor Ediswamy sir, CDC Director R.S. Patapur sir, Deputy Registrar P.S. Biragar, Resident Engineer Prof. sir, all for their invaluable contribution and support which have played a pivotal role in the organization of this conference. Thank you all, sir. I extend my sincere gratitude to Professor B. Bhaskar, the convener of today's National Conference on Multidisciplinary Research, Prospects and Challenges, whose dedicated efforts in organization and coordination of this conference have been instrumental in ensuring the successful commencement of this event. Thank you, sir, for your dedicated contribution to making this event a success. I also thank all the faculty, research scholars and students participants representing various universities for making this conference a collaborative and insightful gathering. Thank you all. A big thanks to all the guest faculty, teaching and non-teaching staff of Raichur University, Raichur for their collaborative endeavors that made this conference possible. Thank you all. Our sincere thanks to media personnel who will be present throughout the conference, documenting the key moments, insightful discussions, and capturing the spirit of the event. Thank you, press media. I also would like to take this opportunity to express our thanks to the sponsors for their contribution to this conference. Thank you all. I take this opportunity to thank all the student volunteers who have done a great job in organizing the conference. So lastly, I thank one and all who have made their contribution in organizing this conference. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Now it's time to capture the memories and the chemistry that have defined our time together. I request all our esteemed participants, speakers, and guests to come together to capture the spirit of this conference in a group photograph. I request all the science faculties to join in the group photo and science students. I request all the participants to join on the stage for the group photo. I request science faculties, students, come on the stage to have a photo.
ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಫ್ಯಾಕಲ್ಟಿ ಆಮೇಲೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್.
We hope you have been enjoying the discussion so far. It's now time for a short tea break. We will reconvene in 10 minutes. It's now time for a short tea break. We will reconvene in 10 minutes. We hope you have been enjoying the insightful discussion so far. It's now time short tea break. We will reconvene in 10 minutes. Thank you, everyone.
వైర్ ఎవరు మన దగ్గర